after you've done your exploring inside of Goldenrod City, and after you've gotten your radio card from the radio tower, you'll be able to enter the Goldenrod Gym. Now in here, there are a bunch of normal type Pokemon. On top of that, there's a lot of girls with these normal type Pokemon. You'll find beauties and lasses in here. And they use exclusively normal type female Pokemon. No dual types, no second types. Sometimes you'll run into like ghost type attacks or dark type attacks, but it's pretty basic. Fighting types work great here. So that Machop that you just got, yeah, it's gonna be excellent. Otherwise, rock type Pokemon work really well because they tend to resist a lot of these normal type Pokemon's attacks. You do want to be slightly careful if you are using like male Pokemon in this gym, because some of the Pokemon here, they may either have Attract or they may have the Cute Charm ability, which would infatuate the male Pokemon, making it hit only 50% of the time. That's not good. You really don't want that to happen, but depending on your team, it might be unavoidable. Now, one thing you might notice, you might not, the shape of like the walls and stuff, it's actually shaped like a Clefairy, which it was like that in the original, but they drastically improved it from the old Gameboy Color game. Now, you know, it's all three-dimensional and stuff. It looks really cool. But yeah, you'll see that as you're going through here. Nothing really remarkable to say about any of the Pokemon in here. I mean, you know, you've seen them. Sentret, Meowth, Snubbull. This lass here, she has a team of Jigglypuffs on her team. I believe they're the ones that would be more likely to have Cute Charm, if I recall correctly. I don't know for sure if they specifically do, but I think so. Alright, so anyway, after you've gotten through those trainers, make sure you heal up your Pokemon, and then talk to the gym leader that you saw earlier. Yep, that's right, you're gonna fight against Whitney. Her energetic entrance. Now, her Pokemon can be rather troublesome if you're not prepared. The Clefairy that she starts off with, I do believe has Cute Charm on it, so be wary if you're using any male Pokemon against it, because it may become infatuated. Other than that, it has Mimic, which will do nothing if it uses it on the first turn like that, but will copy the attack that you used if, yeah, see? Now it can use Yawn whenever it wants. Other than that, one of the big points with Clefairy is it can use Metronome, and that can literally do anything. Clefairy itself isn't really much of a threat, but you don't know what it's going to do with Metronome if it uses that. Okay, in this case, it just knocked itself out. Alright, cool. That was really easy, as a matter of fact. Unfortunately, it means that my Slowpoke lost 2 stages of both its attack and defense, but oh well. That probably won't happen to you. But something else might. You don't know with Metronome. It's totally random. So after that comes her Miltank, and this thing is a pain to take out. It is a pain. It does have Attract, so again, you gotta be careful with your male Pokemon. I'll show you that. But it's also very fast and very strong, and it has a lot of hit points too. Stomp will usually do a lot of damage, but if you're using Rock-type Pokemon, you may be able to pad some of it. Be very careful if you're using Gasoline. Miltank does have the Scrappy ability, which means any normal types will hit Ghost-type Pokemon. Be careful. This was pointed out by someone, and it's like, oh, why was that working? It must be a glitch or something. No, it isn't. Okay, now one strategy you can do, and I highly recommend this, lower Miltank's defense. You can do this with an Onix by using Screech, or by any of your Pokemon by using Rock Smash. Lowering Miltank's accuracy is also very helpful. Any number of things. You want to debilitate it. Lower its attack, too, but particularly defense or special defense, because you see, there it goes. Immobilized by love. I can't do anything because my Onix is in love with this Miltank, and it keeps flinching every single time it's trying to attack. It's flinch, flinch. Oh, I'm in love. Flinch. Knockout. Well played, Rocky. Well, hopefully those stages of defense loss will be of great value. I think Rocky will have done his job. Okay, now, if you're thinking of paralyzing Miltank or putting it to sleep, that's an excellent idea, but you need to handle it with care, because one thing that makes this Miltank rather annoying if you're trying to use status effects on it, take a look. Yes, it has a Lum Berry. You can still afflict it with the special conditions, but you just have to use them twice. If you're using something like a Mareep or a Flaffy, hit it with Thunder Wave, and hopefully it'll paralyze itself somewhere and paralyze it again the next time. That'll slow it down. It'll make it so Rollout won't always hit, because Rollout can be very dangerous. You have to be very careful for that, because it doubles in power every time it's used until it misses. And that can do a ton of damage after the 4th or 5th time. Man, what is with this? She has 2 super potions in her inventory. On top of that, Miltank does have access to the move Milk Drink, which is just like Roost, except without the, oh, I'm no longer flying type side effect. Basically, it means Miltank will be able to heal half of her hit points every turn that she wants. It's a real pain, especially because she hits hard, and she has a lot of defense and stuff. That's why I recommend weakening her defense as much as possible. So that way you'll be doing more than 50% damage with each of your hits. It's very helpful if you do that. Surprisingly enough, in this fight against Miltank, she did not use Milk Drink, and that is amazing. One strategy that you can do is use like X attacks or X defense, which you can buy in the Goldenrod department store. Those help increase your stats, and they can give you an edge against Whitney if you're having any problems with her. Now, what's up with this? What's up with this? She's not giving me my badge after I just creamed her. Man, what is up with that? Come on, give me my badge, you meanie. Okay. Don't worry, don't panic. Just try to leave. She's just going in one of those fits. Go back and talk to her after you try and leave, and then she'll give you the plain badge. Now that's just silly. Come on, Whitney. Be a sport. Oh, well, you can have this too. She does give you TM45 on top of the plain badge, and that lets you use Attract, which is the move that you just saw wreak havoc upon my poor Onyx. She also tells you that the Pokeathlon Dome is open, and that's a really fun minigame thing. I'll show you later. Now, before you leave, check out the building right next door to the gym. After you've beaten Whitney, talk to this girl here, and she will give you the Squirt Bottle. You need to have this Squirt Bottle in order to proceed through the game. You need to have it, because you're going to have to water that dancing tree thing that you saw blocking your path a long, long time ago in a route far away. And we're going to cover that on the next episode of Pokemon Soul Silver.